Do you hate your job? Are you miserable going to work and dread it every day? Unfortunately, this is quite a common occurrence that many people experience. So what can we do about it? And is there any hope of finding the dream job? When we consider the time in a day, the days in a week, and how much of that time we spend at our jobs, it becomes pretty apparent why hating your job can have such a negative impact on our overall happiness. How do so many people end up in jobs that they hate? There are a few different reasons for this occurrence. 1, people don't plan for their future until it's too late. 2, people tend to be risk averse. And then 3, people try to find satisfaction in all the wrong places. Obviously, there will be other reasons, and to list them all would be impossible, but these 3, I believe, are the primary reasons that most people end up in jobs that they hate. So let's dig into each one of these to identify the problem and some ways in which we can avoid or fix this issue in our own lives. So first, people don't plan for their future until it's too late. It's no shock to say that young people are often so busy living in the moment that they don't take time to plan out their future. Whether it's the drama of high school or the excitement of college, so many young people make it through school completely and find themselves searching job boards with little to no idea of what they want to do. Even those with a defined degree and path are often really unaware of what that career field entails. With the need to pay off debts, move out of the house, and get life started, there's little time to do soul searching for the right job. So people end up just taking the job they are offered first. This is the start of a career, and if that job doesn't pan out, you can quickly find yourselves years into that job, hating every minute of it. The longer we stay in jobs, the harder it is to leave. But quitting can be intimidating. Whether that's fear of losing money, fear of not finding another job, and the longer you stay in a job, the harder it is to leave that job. So the situation often tends to spiral out of control, which leads us to our next category. People tend to be risk averse. This means that people often will choose to be miserable and safe rather than take a risk and seek out new opportunities. If you really think about it, most jobs are not glamorous and they don't invoke widespread feelings of joy and excitement. They are mundane and tedious. People often want jobs that match their passions. They want to turn their personal passions into a career. Believe it or not, this is possible. There are people every day who take a chance and chase their passion and eventually turn it into a career. But the hard reality is the vast majority of people will never make that leap. In fact, passions aside, most people won't even change jobs if they perceive it to be a risk. So they find themselves stuck in a job they hate, chained up by their own inability to take a risk. And so then lastly, people look for satisfaction in all the wrong places. Careers can be a source of fulfillment and happiness for people, but for the majority of people, they are a means to an end. We work because we have bills to pay, families to support, and wants that we need money to obtain. Odds are that most people, if given enough money, would quit their jobs. Only those people who are passionate about their jobs would continue working if they didn't need to. If you are in the means to an end group, which 99% of people are, then you have to have the right perspective on what matters in life. Friends, family, hobbies, passions, and desires are where our satisfaction must be found. If work is so miserable that you fail to enjoy the other things in life, then you have a larger problem than just work. You need to reassess where your mind is at. Now, how can we avoid these situations? And how can we get out of these situations if we're already in them? The obvious answer to avoidance is to plan. Develop a career plan, a plan for your life. Research the degree you're getting and see what jobs look for that qualification. See what those jobs are and what the work is like. I do not mean see how much money they make and the lifestyle those people live. I mean, what does the day-to-day operations look like? Will you be in a cubicle 8 hours a day? Is it outside in the heat or in the snow? What is the job? And there should be, and there likely are, plenty of people in your life, whether you know them directly or whether you know them through someone else, that would be more than happy to tell you about their job. People who love their jobs are always thrilled to share with you what they do. And people who hate their jobs are always thrilled to commiserate with other people about how miserable it is. So researching on what a job does should be a relatively easy process, assuming you're able to find somebody you know who does that job. Take your time during the job search. Don't just take the very first job that comes up if you're not sure. Try to be strategic in choosing the career path that you go down. Make sure that you're applying to the right jobs, that you're patient in your assessment of those jobs, and that you're patient in accepting those jobs. For those that are risk averse, the hard reality is that facing your fears and taking a chance is the only approach. There's no certainty in life, and that extends to jobs as well. As you likely know, the grass isn't always greener, but you never know that until you hop the fence. I'm not saying you must take the risk to quit your job and to start chasing passions, but you should strongly consider it if your job is having a negative impact on your life. For those who are looking for a job that satisfies, know that most people never find that. Many of the most satisfied and happy people you know likely find that happiness in other areas, and you should do the same. Take joy in your friends, family, hobbies. View your job as the avenue through which you sustain the life you have, not as the be-all end-all of where your joy comes from. There is hope. We can get out of and avoid jobs that we will ultimately end up hating. It's about planning early, being willing to take risks to get out of it, and then finding joy in other parts of life. Assess for yourself your situation. Find out what you feel like works best for you, and then make sure to tailor your strategy to that. Ask the people around you, ask the people you know that do those jobs. Apply for a lot of different jobs and see what they are, see what they're like. Be willing to leave if you need to, and then make sure that you're fulfilled in life through your friends, your families, and what you do outside of work hours, day in and day out. If you enjoy this content and you'd like to hear more of it, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you're notified of any upcoming videos. And we'll see you guys next time.